Somebody asked Donna what the fuck the fascination is like. Does she have a better way? Does she really know how things should be run? What makes a good country a good country? If she doesn't like this country, why didn't she fucking leave it? Myself, I didn't give a fuck in the beginning, but now I do because I take a look at the people that slag, and I'm thinking, you want everyone to live the way Donna lived, because that's not the American way. The American way is, yeah, there will be lies, there will be propaganda, because you cannot run a fucking Mickey Mouse Club where it's all smiles and happiness. You cannot control the land by doing that. This shit happened before any of us were born, and there's nothing you could do to stop it. Just look back. Just take a blind look, a fleeting glance back at U.S. history and the history of the world and how it was founded. It's something you cannot change. You were born into it. I was born into it. You can't blame it on one person at power now. It happened before him. He didn't have a choice. You don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. What you're trying to do is perpetuate a myth, and it don't work like that, because it's obvious you don't know about war and peace, and there's a difference between the two. Um, and to maintain your peace, you have to use warlike tactics such as propaganda, lies, and then you leave it at that. Um, you don't complain about a current situation and offer nothing. I mean, that's why nobody replies to you, but I will, because that's just so stupid. I have to, and I must be attracted to stupid shit and trying to correct stupid people. No one's interested in what one person has. That's just bullshit. Um, People like me, people not, n- yeah. Sorry, that's just the way it is, and that's a fucking fact. Even the schools tell you that. I don't know where you were or what the fuck you're trying to do. And there is no reward in fighting. We'll do it on a small scale then, Don, if you believe that. You go to your town, disrupt the people that administrate your town and keep the progress flowing and keep the peace going. Go to their mayor and start shit with him, and have no nothing in turn to give. Well, that's just wanton destruction. That's just wanton. That's like anarchism without a purpose. And you're under the delusion that anarchy has no purpose. Well, that's not true, because then it wouldn't have a name and it wouldn't be an organized thing or a valid state of mind. You're thinking of nihilism. There's a difference. One's political, the other isn't. You're not an anarchist, and you're not an American. So what are you then? Good question. If your family does something that you disapprove of, and they do it because it doesn't matter why they do it. What do you do to them? You have no bond to them. Well, that's your country. Same thing. You have an obligation and you have a duty, and that's just how I've seen it since the day I was born. If you wanted to have any respect, you'd say, well, although these, you figure it out. You figure it out, because you got a lot to learn. You, the scummiest scales in the world understand this. Why don't you? You know, it's just that way. Everybody has a rank and a place, and again, I say, if you know a better way, either tell us or get the fuck out of the country, really, because you're just stalling. It doesn't matter if it's good, bad, ugly, or what. It's your future and it's your present. And if you want to fucking raise hell, whether or not you like it, this is peacetime. And if you're in a hurry to get back to wartime because y'all seen how good that did for us, and you know, recessions and crashes in economy, well, then maybe you really aren't. Maybe definitely you aren't an American. People will lose jobs with that kind of attitude. You don't lie for your job? Sure you do. You have to if you want to keep your job, and otherwise, go be a truth teller. Where are all the truth tellers in fairy tale land? Who's going to pay for the truth tellers and all the dreamers? Where is your you know what's the panacea for this? If you've got the magic cure, well, why are you standing around throwing shade? Wouldn't you just at least hint the way to a better way? No one's going to follow you or be interested in why you feel that way when all you have to say are hateful things to your government, to your fucking, to your fellow citizens, yeah, simple as that. Let me put it this way. If you're a drug addict and you take street drugs, well, who rules you then? Well, the drug man does. Are you going to go and fuck with him and try your best to fuck with that? It's just the way it is. No one's trying to go back to figure out why you took drugs or why he's dealing them. That's the American way, and that's the way it is. And don't draw parallels. These are just examples. I'm tired of this bitch showing up everywhere I fucking go. Because that just won't help. That you can't. Why don't you give us a piece of art or give us a piece of political manifesto or something tangible to help us understand why you feel the way it is and why it's so important to you to. You know what I mean? You haven't taken an inch of a beat down for nothing. So why would anybody follow you? You're the worst leader and the worst, and it's only you by yourself. And I got news for you, lady. The whole party, it's all one and the same anyway. That's just my opinion. I hope I'm wrong, but so who the fuck are you yelling at? You're yelling, yeah. Who are you fighting with? Because you don't like someone's personality? It doesn't matter. Oh, you'd rather not speak to Grand Moff Tarkin? You only speak to Darth Vader or something? That's not gonna work. How the fuck did you get on this Death Star? They'll say to you. Because I know you love the Star Wars references, but it's true. If you don't like it, jump the fuck out. Or you could be like Princess Leia and get your home planet blown up. That's my attitude, and that's a lot of people's attitudes. If you don't want to fight for your country, or if you don't want to, then get the fuck out of this country. Simple as that. There are people that are here illegally that don't get bothered because they are because they understand the way things are. You want to draw attention to yourself, that ain't gonna help. That ain't gonna help you. You'll be held accountable for the shit you do and said. You can't just say shit like that and expect no repercussions. Yes, that's the way it is. And I know more than you, and you can laugh your way to the bank. I don't care if you're older. I still know more. I've been through this. I've been through many types of it. And you're by yourself in your efforts, and nobody will ever follow you because, like I said, you don't have any alternative. You don't even have a mode of thinking that to challenge the popular mode of thinking. All you want to do is create discord. Well, discord without no reason. Nobody's down with that. Sorry.